Internet is it is a connection of multiple networks connected together.
Yes. So as we have read it before, internet is a connection of or interlinking of different networks with one another is your internet. So when we talk about like LAN, MAN, WAN, all together forms your internet. Internet is nothing but just a network of so many computer devices which are connected to one another, forming a network and are enabled to transfer the message from one place to another on your internet. Now see, it's like you can write into your own words what is internet. You can define it the way you want. Now, when we talk about internet, there is one protocol which is used in the internet. So you just discuss about it that whenever we talk about internet, we always say that internet is like linking up the different computers with one another to transfer the messages and all. So when we just interlink two or three computers with one another and we send the data from here to there, so there is a protocol which says to be TCP/IP. TCP stands for your Transmission Control Protocol, whereas IP stands for your Internet Protocol. So TCP/IP is a protocol which is used when you communicate with two network. Sorry, we communicate with two different devices on the network. So whenever you transfer your messages, what is the function of TCP/IP? The TCP/IP, what actually it is doing is that it actually makes or ensures that whatever data you are transferring should actually reach to its destination. It should not get lost into the middle. So TCP, which says Transmission Control Protocol, it ensures that the data should reach to its destination. The data should reach to its last terminal point, to its destination. Its function is to make sure that the command reaches where command says that the data reaches to its destination. It keeps the track of what is sent and resend the command in case of any data loss. So suppose if my data gets lost in the midway, maybe due to so much of noise or due to so much of interference in the communication channel, I just lost it somewhere. So that's not my problem. I do not need to worry about it because TCP will look after it. As the message is sent from my terminal, I do not need to bother about whether it will be like received at another end or not. Because TCP ensures that if you have sent any messages or anything from here, it ensures that it should definitely reach to its destination. In case if smaller messages are there, they can be sent into one data packet only. But what if a bigger message is there? So that long messages or the bigger messages are generally they broke up into the different parts. They broke them or they break them into different parts and all the different parts of the data is assigned with a header. That header is having the numbers associated with it. See, if a hello message is there, if it is breakdown as HELL and O, so each H, E, and everything is traveling separately. So when it reaches to its destination, how will they know that how do I assign them? Because it is not like that with using alphabet H, E, L, and O, only one word could be made. It can be like so many words can be formed using that alphabet. So in that case, whatever TCP is doing, it's like breaking up the data and also assigning them by the header, which is having the numbers in it, at which particular number data it is. So that while recollecting the data, it would be easy for again TCP on the another end to recollect the data and just form a complete data which was being sent from our side to the destination. That is how the TCP operates. The main function of TCP is again that it ensures that your data must reach to the destination. You do not need to bother about it whether I have to just keep an eye over it, whether data is transferring or sending or receiving or not. But TCP looks over that. So whenever we talk about internet, automatically TCP comes into the picture because for sending and receiving the messages, TCP is actually looking after it whether the data has been sent to the destination or not. Now see, nowadays almost every time the TCP IP is also attached. Now what is this IP? IP stands for your Internet Protocol. What actually it is? So it is responsible for carrying your IP address to assemble the data segment. Now, so the data are being sent into the transmission channel, and it is not possible that only one people is sending the data. Suppose if in my society a particular bandwidth has been provided to it, and the same communication channel is being used, suppose if we are connected to the LAN, same LAN cable is connected to all the nodes. So many people are transferring or sending the data at the same time in the same transmission channel. So how should I ensure that which particular data belongs to me? So for that case, Internet Protocol is being used. What it actually does is it actually assigns or it actually puts a header that says that which particular IP address it is of. So with each data segment, an IP address is associated or attached with it so that at the destination we can just read out the IP address and we can figure it out whether it belongs to us or not. In that way your IP works out. Now some of the protocols, not protocols actually, some of the applications need only TCP. So if they need only TCP, even though IP will also be attached, before only TCP was there. But since the problem was being faced and hence IP came into the picture. So nowadays, whether you want IP or not, but TCP, IP are all attached protocol which will be used together. If you do not want to use it, don't use it, but still IP will also be a protocol used while transferring the messages. Any doubts in TCP IP? Kathit, can you just say me what TCP stands for? Kathit,
Yes, ma'am.
what TCP stands for?
Transfer command protocol.
It's transmission control protocol, not transfer control protocol. It always doesn't stand for only transfer. Anirudh,
Yes, ma'am.
what IP stands for?
Internet Protocol.
And TCP?
Transmission Control Protocol.
Yes. Avni, can you tell me what is the function of TCP?
Ma'am, TCP make sure that the command reaches the destination, and it also is a communication protocol on the internet.
Okay. So that's what TCP IP is. We'll be discussing some of the internet applications, like how the internet is being used. These are very few of them. There are many, but still we'll just go through few of them only according to the syllabus, whatever they wanted us to cover. So the first one we have is www, or in other words, we see it as web. Second, we have in the picture is the email. Third, we have chat, and fourth, we have VoIP, voice over internet protocol. Voice is like calling up, video voice calls are there. That is what your VoIP stands for. So this all four applications are quite aware about and are more, I guess, more intelligent than me to talk about them now, because nowadays anyway students are more using this all the applications than the other people in the world. So the first application we have is our www or web. Now you would be thinking like internet and web are the same thing. No. What is the difference between internet and web? Divyam, what is the difference between internet and web? What do you understand by internet and what do you understand by web?
Web is a subset of internet.
What?
Web is a part of internet.
Web is a part of internet. How can you say me that?
One type of internet.
Okay, one type of internet. So do we have so many types of internet?
Ma'am,
Yeah, another way you mean to say that
Internet is a type of connection. It is a type of communication between two or more devices.
But communication comes in the internet only, no? If two devices are communicating together, that is the internet. And what is web?
Web allows us to access stuff on the internet.
Web allows us to
Access things on the internet.
which things?
Like there is data stored in servers, and through internet, web allows us to access some of it.
Internet is a network, whereas web is a platform where we can get the information.
Yeah,
Multiple interconnections or internets form a web, as in connection between devices, and all of the connections form the web.
sort of, kind of, but not actually. Maybe
Web is like a subset of the internet, and it's multiple programs and applications.
Many internets having their files come into the web, and we can, from that web we can access any data of any internet.
Web is a
yeah.
platform where we can access the data, whereas internet is a network of different networks.
Okay, yeah. So almost you came to that point. That is correct. Internet is like when you connect two systems together, that forms your internet. That means so many nodes into the network is your internet. But whatever the pages stored on your internet forms your web. So web is all the information or all the web pages that are stored on the network is your World Wide Web. So internet is just a network which connects all the devices, all the computer devices in it. But when you access the data, that is actually your web, World Wide Web, which has all the data, all the web pages or websites stored on it. I hope you know the web pages. So web pages is whenever the page is on the internet, available on the internet, whatever the information do you have is your web page only. So you can see over here that the internet is a huge network of computers all connected together, whereas the World Wide Web, or in short web, is a collection of web pages found on this network of computers. So whatever the information do we found which is stored on this network, which is forming an internet, is your web. And how do we access our web? We access our web with the help of web browser, which acts as a client to the web. So your web browser is a client to the web because we are accessing the web through our web browser. So that is our client. And from where do we get the information? That is our server. The World Wide Web is a way of exchanging information between computers on the internet, tying them together into a vast collection of interactive multimedia resources. So when all the web pages are connected together to provide the information to us, that forms your web. If we talk about World Wide Web, it's collection of all the web pages available. Whereas internet is this collection of all the computers together forming a network is your internet. So these are two different things. And that is why we are saying that internet's one of the application is our web. So if so many computers are connected together forming an internet, how can we use it? We can use it. We can have the usage of web which is on internet. And web is used by a client. So the client is your web browser. We are the client because we are using it. And how we are using it? We cannot like directly go and read it or use it. We are using it with the help of web browser. So web browser is a client which is actually useful for accessing your web. Web stands for your www stands for your World Wide Web. Do not forget the full form. People get confused and write something else instead of World Wide Web. So again, just shortly discussing it. So www is about communication between web client and server. Do not get confused with the client. Client are open browsers. Now it can be Chrome, it can be Safari, it can be Internet Explorer, it can be any web browser which you want, UC browser or any web browser which you want. So the clients are your browsers because with the help of browsers only we can use your web. And what is server? Because what www is communication between both of them. So servers are most often computers only, but which actually gives us the information from where we can access the information. Now see, mostly servers will be used all the time because it's not like, suppose if we talk about Facebook only, we do not have Facebook at like nearby place or somewhere. It is all data, all worldwide data are stored in Facebook server. And from there, we are accessing it on our client, on our web browser. So that is what www is actually. And that is how what your server means. So server, as we read before, It is a computer only, but it's having so many shareable files and softwares which you can access from the server. It should be more powerful than a client machine because so many persons would be accessing at the same time. So in that case, it should be more powerful than your any normal machine. Now, third point says that communication between client computer, which is your web browser, and web server is done by sending HTTP requests and receiving HTTP responses. So as I was telling you that when we talk about internet, we have to always discuss about TCP/IP because it is it is an integral part of it. Because if you send a message, definitely TCP/IP comes into the picture. Similarly, when we talk about www, that is World Wide Web, automatically HTTP comes into the picture. Why? Because it is a protocol. HTTP protocol is being used while uh, moving from one page to another. If you want even the Facebook page to come to your end, you will be writing it like HTTP colon forward backslashes, and then you will be writing www.facebook.com. So that is also a HTTP protocol is used over there. So whenever you navigate anywhere in www, whatever page we want to access, everything is possible only through this protocol, which is HTTP protocol. So what actually HTTP protocol is doing? First of all, it stands for your Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It and the language which we are writing is your HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. So HTTP protocol is usually used for transferring the messages, and your messages are in the form of your markup language, HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. So whenever you just transfer your one page to another or access any another page, any markup page, generally at www all filled up your markup language only, markup pages only. So whenever you just move around here and there between your different pages, that is being possible only through your hypertext transfer protocol. So that protocol enables you to move from one page to another. So what HTTP it is defined as how messages are formatted and transmitted and what actions web servers and browsers should take in response to various commands. So whenever you transfer from or send, move from one page to another, now each page is having images or may not be having but having hypertext inside it. So whenever you move from one page to another, that is all possible with the help of your HTTP. So HTTP stands for your Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is used by www, and this protocol defines how messages are formatted and transmitted and what actions web servers and browsers should take in response to various commands. Now, again and again, we are using action and response. Now, you'll be confused what this action and what this response means. You see, HTTP protocols is having two distinct items with them. One is your set of requests and one is your set of response. So set of requests is like, suppose if I'm using, suppose not, I'm using zoom.in. So I have just typed www.zoom.in. So I just got the page of Zoom. So that is how it is possible. Who is answering this? So as and when I type www.zoom.in, a request from my node using my IP address has been generated with the help of HTTP protocol and has been sent to the server of the Zoom. It is done in fractions of second, but actually it is doing that. It is sending a request from my terminal with my IP address to the Zoom server. And then Zoom server is responding back, and that's the reason that I can see the Zoom's website. It is not possible if server doesn't respond. And that is why sometimes if you will go in the banking sector, generally it is more often used over there that the servers are down, so no transaction today. Servers are down means server is not giving us a response back. Maybe he is not properly in the proper condition to respond back, but whenever we do not respond, we do not get any response from the server, they are unable to access that site because they are not sending us the page to view. So that is what your request and response. Request is as we press enter with the URL name, a request command will go to the server asking that we need that particular page and this particular IP address that needs that page. And set of responses like whenever you can see the page on your screen, that means they have sent a response, sending the page to you from the server to see it on your own node. So that is what your request and response. So HTTP is having a request and response, two distinct things in which the client sends a request to the server and gets a response back from the other way that would be displayed onto your node. So that is how your HTTP works. Any doubts with the HTTP? Avni, can
No,
you just
ma'am.
tell me what is HTTP stands for? Avni, can you just
Yes,
tell me?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hypertext
HTTP
transfer
stands for
protocol.
Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
And Sanraj, what is HTML then?
Ma'am, it stands for Hypertext Markup Language.
What? Can you please repeat?
It stands for Hypertext Markup Language.
Okay. Satyajit, how they are connected to one another, HTML and HTTP?
Means HTML is used to access web pages.
Not to access, dear. HTML used to form the web pages, not access. Access तो हम HTTP के थ्रू करेंगे ना, HTML से तो हम फॉर्म करते हैं पेज. Okay, Bharat. Can you plus just brief what is www and HTTP with it?
Well, www is the World Wide Web, where
Can you please be louder?
HTTP is the protocol used when we access websites, and www is www is the web, and how I don't know how to say this, but it's basically the websites that are stored on the web, and we access them using HTTP protocol.
Anyone else would like to say something for it?
Web is a
collection of web pages.
on internet. How many web pages are there? They all are connected by the web.
Yeah.
The
web browsers are used to
platform,
And the connection is done by HTTP.
www is a platform where the data is stored, whereas HTTP is a protocol which the web uses.
Yeah.
For response and request.
Yes.
Yeah.
For response.
Okay. So already we are left with only 9 minutes. We'll just cover URL also for today. So before covering the URL, there is DNS, which stands for your domain name system. Now, what does it actually mean? So whenever you write like www.facebook.com, and I'm saying that message will go to the Facebook server asking for the Facebook page. So now see, I was telling you before that every node is having their own unique IP address. So what actually is, server is also having their IP address. So if you are using Facebook, then Facebook server is there. Suppose instead of this, I've given an example of this, but let's take an example of www.facebook.com, and that is a server. So server is having their unique address, IP address. So what is the function of domain name system is, whenever you type some website address, it converts it into their IP address, because machine is identified their IP address only. And we are writing here server name only. These are the server only which we are specifying. So if you're saying www.facebook.com, we are referring to Facebook server. So what actually happens that they only identify the IP address. They do not know what is this Facebook is all about. They know the IP address of it. So this is the functionality of, or this is the function of domain name system, DNS, that it converts actually whatever the name has been written by you into its IP address while transmission, so that the transmission channel would understand that okay, this particular IP address they are referring to, and it will just go to the request to that IP address server and will give us a request and will give us a response from there, which will be again converted by DNS only in human understandable language. It has been written like this just to make us understand, because we cannot actually remember all the IP addresses. Suppose if Facebook would not be there and its number is this, so is it possible for us to remember this? If, and even though if we remember Facebook one, can we remember for Gmail? Can we remember for Google? Can we remember for Zoom? It's difficult for us. So that is the function of DNS. It transfers the English written language for us into your domain name. That means into your IP address. Because server is identified the IP address only. So this is what your function of domain name is, that it transfers your whatever the name you have written into your IP address so that it can easily access the server. That is what your domain name system's function is. We'll go on to the URL tomorrow only because we are not left with much more time over here. But by the time, if you have any doubts, you can just ask me now. Any doubts? Anyone? Anirudh, you have scored already very less marks. Please now push yourself. Saturday, again repeating, be ready with the journals, pen, paper all set, and also your terminals ready with your whatever the editor you are using for your pandas. Any doubts by the time?
Is it a test on Saturday?
Yeah.
We have a test on
Domain
Saturday.
name is the name of the website, right? For example, Facebook, Zoom, Google, and all.
This
Right?
is the name of the website, but we are referring to actually servers over there. Facebook server is there. On that server, all the website is its name of website for us, but actually the server's name over there. Gmail is a server which is having all of your details, all of your mails installed on it. Google is a server which is having so many informations with it. So when you press www.google.com, it actually strikes to the Google server, and from there you get the information.
Yes. Then why the examples given over there are .com, .education, .government, and all?
That will be
They are not
referring into that we'll
websites.
discuss tomorrow with URL, what URL stands for and how does it feel like. Along with like .n and this, along with your domain name, that means along with your server, you would also, this are your like, it comes into your URL part. So .n, .com, they are all specifying certain particular, like if IN stands for India, in the similar way, there are so many domain names. We'll discuss this domain name tomorrow. Don't go on to the slides for now. We only discuss that what is the function of DNS. That is like converting your domain name or your server address into your IP address, so that it can go, your message can pass to that particular server, which can respond you back. All this domain name, and we'll discuss it tomorrow in the URL part, which will include your all the domain name also. Again saying website address is www.google.com, but Google is your server name over there. Address, what does it say? Address is only that, no, that we are referring to www.google.com. So that address will be your IP address only. They have just framed it like this, that it is a part of web, so www. Google is the name of the server, and .com because it is used for commercial purpose. So for identification, they renamed it like this, but actually when it will get converted by DNS, it would look like this only, as an IP address only.
Oh.
This is just the name given for our clarification, for our understanding that www, it's a part of web. Google is the name of the server, and .in that it belongs to India only. Just a clarification for us. But at the back end, it is getting converted to this numbers only, which is an IP address for that particular server. Any more doubts?
Ma'am, do we have a test on Saturday?
What do you have a
Do we have a test on Saturday?
test for?
You said you have test on Saturday.
No test. It's not a test. We'll be writing our journals together on Saturday. Okay, you entered late into the classroom. That's the reason. Saturday we were discussing like we were planning it like we'll be keeping journal day so that we can just finish up our journal writing also. So you can just open your terminal from there. That means whatever the editor you are using for coding, so that I'll be just sharing the question from here, which you will be writing into the journal, and then you will be performing that coding part onto your terminals. And if you have any doubts, you can share your screens with me. I'll enable the sharing of the screen on that particular day. You can just share your screen with me and you can share the doubts, and you can then just write it down in your journal. And save the output
Okay,
in
ma'am.
short form.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Fine.
then Ananya
Thank you, ma'am.
Bhalekar, she is not here, no? Third rule number. Okay, I'll put it into the group for the assembly. Okay, have a good day. Ending the meeting for you
Thank you,
all.
ma'am. Have a nice day.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.